Good morning, everybody. Let me move this over a little bit. Um, oh, great. I forgot. I hope everybody is having a wonderful moment. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, Trinkets and Treasures. If you weren't just over on Rosanna's live, I literally woke up at 9:16, so like an hour ago. So I got all the way ready for the day. Apparently not. I got all the way ready for the day. And I'm in here and I'm like, woosah a little bit. So let's say good morning to everybody. Hello, Mary from the Netherlands. Hello, Gloria and Beth. So glad to see all of you. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I have a couple of options of projects that we can work on today. I kind of teased, I'm trying to find a place to put my phone down. I got my big Temu order over the weekend, though most of it is like snowflake pieces, because I'm going to be doing those all year round, so that by next year I have a whole bunch of them. And then I can do holiday craft fairs, and that can be like the main thing, and then hopefully that'll be the thing that draws them over, and then they'll also see my jewelry for sale. So, also, well, I'll wait a little bit because there's a few other people that are still coming over. I thought I just turned this off. Let me see here. Okay. Sorry about that. It was a crazy night. Quinn has been in her whelp box all yesterday afternoon, all night long. So I had alarms set every 2 hours so that I could, but she hasn't had excessive panting or quivering yet. So we're good here for now. But she normally sleeps in bed with me. So for her not to do that, she must be like in the early throes of things. But yes. Hello, Shirley. You guys, I cannot tell you how lovely it has been to see new faces. I'm sorry I sound like a man. I'm normally more awake than this, but yeah. Not exactly sure why not, but yes. Hello, Dominique. So happy to see you. Hello, Beth, if I did not say hello. Hello, Dana. Oh, hey, Rosanna teamed me up perfectly for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and show this. I do still have pink Botswana left. I have 4 of these pretties. It has more of the pinky corals, and you guys, hold up, wait a minute. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Goes perfectly with your bargain bead box. Hi, Ronnie. It goes perfectly with your bargain bead box and will go perfectly with the companion bundle. I also have rounds in the pink. And it kind of goes into like, depending upon where you are, it's called red Botswana agate or pink Botswana agate. I have had red Botswana agate, and it is this color. So, as the main color. So I have these. I have this beauty. Look at that. It's so pretty. Love it. So this one is 15 millimeter heart. Perfect for those in your life who like things really kind of understated. Ronnie's girl sitting in the doctor's office waiting, and an MRI on my back. came at the wrong time. Oh, I hate when I do that because you're already waiting. So then you're really waiting. I'm glad that we can keep you company while you're there. I do have other Botswana 16 millimeter hearts. This one has a touch of the pink in it. And then like you get the bands and everything. So I have those. Like I said, I have all the rounds. Also, in case you haven't, it would also go beautifully with Crazy Lace Agate. But something to go even prettier with it is this Australian boulder opal. I don't have a lot of it. I have some more of these. I have the like smaller opals, and I think I have one more focal like this, but you can see it goes beautifully with the Crazy Lace Agate, which would also be in the companion bundle. The Crazy Lace Agate. Sorry about that. And the prices for my sales are good through Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Put this back in, Heather. Where did you put it? I have no idea what. Oh, Crazy Lace Agate. I was looking for Botswana Agate Teardrop. Oh, I also, you guys, if any of you who normally are not on my channel are fans of rhodonite, get ready. Let's make sure you're sitting down. I want to make sure. Good morning, Carolyn. I want to make sure you don't like. Whoo. Look at this AA grade rhodonite. It's so beautiful. I love the lines in it because they're so delicate and wispy. It reminds me of our sunset sites here. I've told you guys before, but if you're facing west, they'll be dark red and orange and all of these like crazy colors. And then you look back to the east and it's like cotton candy pinks and blues and purples. And so all of this reminds me of it. But yeah, if you're a fan of rhodonite, this hasn't been snatched up yet. It is in a sterling silver setting that, let me make sure this is actually focusing. There we go. A very intricate, beautiful setting that is 925 sterling silver. So I have that. I just thought I'd, take a little chance. But yes, go watch my sales. You can watch them all the way back. If it's an item that was featured in the sale, that's where the discounts are. But you can go back and watch any of my sales. And if you see something you like, you can always reach out. And if I have it, I don't have a problem sending it your way. I just put this in the wrong bag. But yeah, so I've got it all, guys. I've got the rounds in 4, 6, 8. I believe Bernie has 10 as well. And then he has strands of 16 millimeter ones. I had 11 of those, but Beth bought them all, sent to Rosanna as part of her Christmas. So this was the Australian boulder opal. I do not see that's the rhodonite. I don't see the baggie for this, but that's okay. Okay. Now Rosanna mentioned that I might be doing Randy's box right now. Goodness, words are hard. But I like to do those in separate videos. That way it's a dedicated video and I can send her a collaborator link and it's just about her and nothing else. So I'm not going to do that. I did happen to get these lovelies in my shipment. Aren't those beautiful? So I will have those in upcoming sales again. How pretty. It's much more coral. There you go. Than it's like showing on the screen. But I'm going to tell you, these came as earrings like this. I like them better. Pendants, they're a little bit big, in my opinion. But if somebody likes them, then yes. Okay. Who needs what? Dominique, what do you need? Some of these? Some of the Botswana? Oh, that fairy. I know. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Thank you for posting that. I so appreciate it, Rosanna. Now she is holding a dandelion, and this is a dandelion. So yes, all the things, Dominique. Okay, we can chat after. No. But if you're somebody, oh, I'm sorry, you guys, you're gonna have to deal with the scratching. Shiloh, is that you? Or is that Quinn? That is Quinn. All right, mamas, I know. She's so pregnant, you guys. So pregnant, but yeah. Sure. I can absolutely do that. You want the dandelion pendant? Angel, did you have an order with me from the Buy More, Save More sale? Aw, that's cute. Love it. My jewelry journals have tons of stickers, fairies and butterflies and all of that come along with a very pretty like book that has watercolor paper. So you have if you like to paint your pages of a jewelry journal, or I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, it's okay even if you didn't. I was going to do these for $350, so I can put you down for one, and I'm sending out the orders this afternoon. So yes, I will make a note. Oh, that's cute. This is my sister and I have this. This is her birth flower, and she has my birth flower. So we have, that's the only tattoo I have. I got it with my um so yes. Thank you. Just asked to join. Remember, you will see my name dot, but the picture is an angel and it's me. Aww. All right. Dandy. Okay. Got it written down. So yeah. Oh, and if you're a member of my page, guys, which if you wouldn't mind going and hitting the thumbs up, maybe sharing the link to this screen with on your page in case other beady like-minded people want, a little bit more beady life in their life. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it. But if you're a member of my channel, you get 10% off every single order. So if you spend $100 in a given month, your membership is paid for that way. But yes, so all righty. Plus, I'm going to try to do more members only stuff in the new year. But yes. Okay, so as I was saying, we can do a little can you put two aside for me? And I'm not sure if you got my email, but would love to get the relationship medal. Okay, sounds good, Dominique. Wait, didn't Beth buy it for you? I could have sworn Beth bought you one. Or was that for someone else? I'm almost positive that she did. Let me go take a little gander at her invoice, which I still got to finish. Let me see. Yes. Are you Dominic Myers? Yeah, the earrings that Rosanna made and the members only were gorgeous. Okay, well then Beth already bought you one. So you have one coming and I can put your little fairies in it along with that. You want to the fairy. Okay, got you written down for that. That's easy peasy. So yes. Okay. Yeah, so you already have one. Sorry, my hair's gonna fall on my face because I did the quickest blow job, blow dry. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. I'm really hoping nobody else caught what I just said. Okay, so I did a very fast blow dry of my hair. So it's gonna be like all over the place, but yes. Oh, Mary heard me say it. Everybody heard me say it. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just said that on the internet. So oh my goodness. Yeah, nobody heard it. Oh my gosh, I'm sure my face is so red. Okay, so like I said, we can do a choose your own adventure today. I've already done the pendant portion for Steve's necklace that he's getting for Christmas, but we could do the actual necklace portion of it. I have a bunch of these champagne quartz pendants that I believe I'm selling for $2 right now. They're so pretty. So I could make something using this. I could use one of these pendants. What was the other thing I was going to do? So the necklace I'm doing for Steve, he used to have a charm on a necklace that his mom bought all of them, all the boys, these gold necklaces, and they had like a letter charm on it, and it got ripped off of him in a fight, and he hasn't had one since. So I'm using this gorgeous double A grade dragon vein. You can see it has like the opalescent in it. So they're very pretty. This is the natural color of them. And so I was going to do those. Oh, like see flowers like this. So they're clear stickers. So and I have some that are colored as well, not just the black and white. But stuff like this to like, I think it's important to have a physical reminder of how far we've come as we progress in our jewelry journey. And so I think it's great. Also, if you're like in a little bit of a design slump, you can that stop. Anyways, if you're a bit of a design slump, you can also go back and look through it and just possibly change out the beads or whatever else, and you'll be shocked. It's a whole new piece that is as simple as that to finish off. So yeah, let's go ahead and put this together, and then if we want to do something with these or the champagne quartz afterwards, we can. So this is going to be very simple. That's why I'm very confident we can do at least one more project. Here's this. Where's the, oh, And I'll get to show you one of my favorite pieces. Sorry. Steve sealed sterling silver for me over the weekend. One of our nieces works at an auto body paint shop. So we get the clear coat from them for a few reasons. Obviously, it's very high quality paint. They use it to seal your car paint with. And two, it dries so fast. So you don't have to, like, almost instantly. So you don't have to worry about like them sticking together as they're hanging and whatnot. But of course, what I want is on the complete other opposite side of this, which are these. They're called easy crimps, and I will show you how those work. I need to put these in like a special box that I know they're sealed. Well, for now, it's going to be this box. Because you know, I'm making that necklace for my niece, and they're not always good about taking off their jewelry before they shower or whatever else. Their mom isn't either. She's just as bad. But so I wanted to make sure I got it sealed well. So, like I said, it's going to be easy peasy. He's like me and he doesn't like beads around the back of his neck. So I will be using leather to finish it off. But all I'm going to use are some of these Dragon Vein agate. Again, this is double A grade. These are A grade. They could be higher quality. They have the same beautiful opalescence in them that the pendant does, so they're great. And then I have these, and I believe these are obsidian, and they are faceted matte black. This is a matte that makes sense, Rosanna. Just saying, it's gorgeous. So I'm just going to grab some beading wire from over here. This will be the center. So I need to get some silver ball spacers right here for the center. Okay, it's going to hang that way. So I did this very simply. I did the loop up top, and then I shaped this S first before it went on. And then I went around, came over, tucked through right here, and then made this S and came up and wrapped her. No, how did I did this one first. Okay, so I did this one first. Came up, I went around there and I did this one second. That's what I did. And then I finished it off over here. I'm going to have him help me. I want this bent down a little bit more, but yeah, I don't think these are going to be big enough to keep that up off its wire. So I'm going to go up to the next size of the ball spacer. I think these will work. And then well, I might change my mind. So let me pull a couple of these out just in case I do. Because the only spacer I was going to use are these ridiculously tiny silver spacers. They're only, I believe, 1 millimeter wide. So on, thank you. Move. I still need a grid. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start by putting one of these down at the center. And then I will put, well, that was, oh, my face is in the way. Let me pull this out just a little bit, move it over this way. There we go. I don't want to be off camera. So then put the pendant on, and then I will put the other ball spacer on. You know what else you could do? I'm going to show you just so you know. There's a product. Well, let me make sure I still know where it is. I'm going to be really upset if I just misplaced it because Rosanna will tell you I got so excited when I found it the other day. Are you serious? I have bead tubing, which is an awesome product because you can put it over your wire. And if you are using a bead that has a larger hole, but you still want it to be centered on the wire, or you don't want it like shifting as people wear it, you can put the bead tubing through it. I literally just had it. How do I do that? Oh, here it is. So this is bead tubing. I love this stuff because I like using large hole. Okay, now am I not going to be able to find the, oh, there it is. I like using larger hole beads, but they don't always fit. So you would just cut a piece of this bead tubing, which it's not going to be needed to be very big because I'm just going to put it through the 2 silver spacers. But you slide this down, and then your beading wire is even more secure because it is covered by the bead tubing, and then you see the spacer fits in it as well. So this is much too long. I need to cut it in half probably. Half, cut off a third, and a bit. Isn't that so specific? Oh. Cut in half or a third and a bit. Yep. Very technical terms here, ladies. Very technical terms. Okay. All right, I think I got it now. So, but still, it will still be nice to have this centered on the beads because it'll just look really nice. It'll sit up top and be good. Okay. So then we just have to decide which bead we want to start with. This is always a thing for me. I never, yes, it is like using French wires. Of course. Hello, Dorothy. I know, it's still mad. But it's a gore. I'm telling you, I got these in person and immediately went and bought the remaining 3 strands Randy had left. I love these. Love these. They will make a very nice bracelet. So I might have to make Steve a bracelet too. But very nice. Okay. Yeah, I think I am going to start with the black. I always don't know if when I'm using more than one bead, but one matches the focal, I always go back and forth of do I use the other bead or do I use the primary bead? I think in this case, I'm going to do the black because it'll pull out. But do any of you guys have that problem? Oh, Dorothy, yes. Beth said, and I keep forgetting to say it, but you guys are my treasures. I know most channels will have like a little name, like Randy's are Thunder Chatters, Rosanna's are the Rosettes. So you guys are my treasures, which is absolutely true. I do. I treasure each and every single one of you. Okay, let me see. So then all I want to do is put these itty bitty spacers in between these larger beads so that you have a bit of sparkle or like an eye break for your eye with the itty bitty spacers. And these are sterling silver, but I don't know that they can be sealed. I also did the S on the focal. Come on. Are you really not going to go on here? Am I going to have to use 19 wire? Oh, dang it. I wanted to use the thicker wire. It's all right, though. Steve is good about wearing his jewelry as it should be worn. Now I'm not going to be able to find the 19 wire because I had this pulled out. Let me try it one more time. Maybe it's just mine not all the way awake. Oh no, it went on. Okay, I might just have to help it a little bit. I am going to snip this just a little bit more since I already have it off. Because it was sticking. It wasn't like sticking out, but it was more visible, and I don't want it to be. So, but I can still do both of the. And I also like that the S's that I made on this are slightly different. That way, he has a choice of which one he wants to be front and center. Come on, over where you're supposed to. Okay. So we are going to start with matte black, and then I want to show you how pretty these will be. I might need to put them in my hand. That might be the problem, which will be slightly annoying, but it'll work. And you'll be able to see that it's just like a little glint of silver in between. No, you couldn't see. Sorry about that. It's just a very small, like, hint of metal in between them. I'm wondering if it's too little. I also have some silver squares that I thought I grabbed. Must not have. I also have some sterling squares, but they're like 4 or 5 millimeter. Sorry, we needed unnamed Josie, and I like hurricanes. So. We are your hurricanes. Oh, that's cute. Sorry. So these, now I think he's gonna like this. I may put what do you think about this? And I can go down to a smaller spacer if you think. But then if we go this way and then the next 3, you alter the pattern and go dragon vein, black dragon vein. What do you think? Yes, we will be storming it. And the goal of 2026 is to elevate the entire community, not just this channel or Rosanna's channel or Randy's channel or Dorothy's channel or any of your channels. We don't want anybody left out. We want to help elevate the entire community. And I promise you, with everything that I am, that is truly, truly my goal, and always is. I love to bring everybody up. But yes, Mary, you can't see the beads. Yes, they are itty bitty, but I'm going to, like I just said, I'm going to pop in some of the little spacers in between so that it will be easier to see. I'm sorry, it is sterling silver on the gray mat, but you can't see on the black mat. So this was my solution because I don't like the spongy bead mat. That's like not my thing. So anyways, yes, I think I'm gonna do this, but that means putting some itty bitty little ones for the 5mm spacer, just so that they stay up off of the beading wire directly. Oh, I gotta take this one off first. Oops. Let's sure I didn't make that too big. Nope, perfect. Okay, so I want this to stay where it needs to stay. It looks like it's a little bit off. There. Okay. So then after this, we're going to swap and we're going to do the Dragon Vein itty bitty spacer. They literally are 1mm. So they are going to be hard to see. And that has nothing to do with my mat. They're literally that small. They're smaller than an 11-0 spacer or seed. So just to give a little bit of reference, I just like them because it gives the teeniest, tiniest bit of separation in between the beads. There we go. Little bead tubing. Another one of the larger spacers. I hope he's gonna like this. He will. He's easy to please. That's why I can do it fast. Sorry, if you just came on, I'm not gonna go back into what I'm referencing. And then we're gonna switch back to the matte Dragon Vein matte beads. Okay, let me that for a second. Yes, I like that. I like it a lot. I think this piece of bead tubing is just a tad bit too long because it cut at an angle for some reason. Then we will put this back on. So, and then we'll go back the other way. I am picking the one with the most like veining as well as the opalescence inside because they're pretty. But put on another little piece of bead tubing and our silver spacer, and going to measure this once I finish this last little repeat. and see if this is where I want to stop or if I want to go ahead and do other lettering. Yeah, we do need to know. And you're one of those ladies, my dear Beth. We already told people about the plan for Fridays in 2026 last night. I tried to get a hold of you, but I know you have guests. So, but yes. I think that's perfect, actually. I think that's the perfect length for this. Yep. Okay, so time to flip and switch to the other side. And we started with the black. See, if I was asymmetrical, if I was not such a patterns girl, I have challenged myself to make a piece just like I did a front closure piece, because those aren't really my thing either. And it's not because they're not beautiful, it's that my brain like goes, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. When there's nothing wrong, it's just that it's a little bit difficult. Beth, as Rosanna and I are for Randy right now, we altered our time schedule because she's off for her holiday break. So we've altered our time slots. Rosanna or Beth is going to help me and Rosanna when we need to cover her shift as well. I need my little scissors so I can actually see what I'm doing, how big the pieces that I'm cutting. But she will be coming in to save the day so that there can be more consistency when I'm dealing with health struggles and things like that. Because I know you guys like to start your day like this. So it's always, and you guys worry when I'm not on, and I don't want that to be the case. So Beth will also be able to come on and just let you guys know, oh, she just had a rough pain night, or this or that, or whatever else. So she will be helping in that way, as well as just when she wants to demonstrate something as well. We want to also like we start Mondays with a quick like, hey, this is what we think we're going to be working on, whether it be a technique, a specific bead that we're working with, or things like that. And then we'll do them throughout the week, or each of us will demonstrate it on a Friday so that you guys can see different things. And because we all teach different and we all learn different. And I am not someone who believes there is one right way to do things. So I think that, like I said, it clicks differently with other people. Like I helped Rosanna with barrel knots. Beth, she has helped me with things like sun catchers and stuff, which I'm going to be working on. One for my granddaughter's bedroom, probably for her birthday gift, or just because your Gigi wants to spoil you kind of gift. So okay, that is not where the hole is, Heather. There it is. I just lost it. I'm making one for that. She's also helped me with being okay with not being okay, which might not sound like a lot, but it's great. And also, I know that as much as Rosanna loves and cares about me, I can always count on her from I can always count on her to shoot it straight. She's gonna tell me, nope, that I don't think that came across correctly. Nope, I don't think you should do that. I don't think it'll be a popular series. Things of that nature, she always does. So yes, we all try to help up. I mean, I had 3 surgeries this past year, so um and I'm not exactly thrilled with the results of this last one, so I don't know. I was expecting more from it, and I know I just had it, and it's gonna take time and whatever, but I was hoping for more relief from this surgery, and that has not been the case thus far. Again, I know that surgery benefits don't happen overnight, and I've got to continue to let my leg heal and such, but yeah. Also, it makes me nervous to do other surgeries because if this one didn't help, then is it even worth it to do another surgery kind of thing? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I'm only like 2.5, 3 weeks out. No, I'm more than that. But it hasn't been a long time. I'm just impatient. Okay, gotta make sure I'm not gonna pull this off. So don't know why I don't have a clip on it. That was not very smart of me, but yes. Yeah, I know, honey. I'm so happy for you. It's you seem like Beth again. So, oh, what am I? Oh no, that's right. I didn't see that for a second, so I thought that's another thing with my memory issues. My brain doesn't always process information correctly. So stuff like that happens where I think that I messed up when I didn't mess up. Mm, did I not go on? Where did it go? I must have flipped it somewhere like I do with my seed beads. Mm-hmm. Massage therapist for 20 years. I'm always there for people who are in pain. Aw, yeah. And I may have to go and find somebody. I am going to be, they want me to wait a little bit longer. But then I will probably be doing some like aqua therapy where it's in the water so that it's not as hard on my body. But I'll be starting that kind of physical therapy, which is wonderful when you have it available for you. But as wonderful as it is during, I will tell you, you're going to feel great going while you're in, but when you come out, and gravity takes hold again, it's a little bit, I don't know the word to say, but you just feel so light in the pool, and then you get out and you're not light anymore. But I'm excited to start that, so that hopefully it helps. Go ahead and put on my bead tubing, and then I think I'm at the last repeat. So this bead tubing really is an amazing tool. So if you've never used it, I buy it in like really big long lengths, but they have it shorter. You can get it thicker or thinner. In some of the Bead Along mystery boxes this year, they had this thicker square, and this works really great if you just want to put it on memory wire. Although I do have some square beads that fit on this. That might be a good idea, something to do. Because I could do like whatever the center is, and then have this for around the sides and the back of a men's bracelet. Yes. Sorry, my brain is percolating. I just stopped, and I was catching up. Okay. Only 2 more beats. And we will be done with this. Will you please just go in instead of just... Okay, different spacer, because that one was being a pill. Some of these have a little bit larger hole than others. I'm sure it was not easy to cut this. I just want more of these right over there, because I need one more. Okay. Now, I want to measure this because I may have to do a little bit of chain. Oh, actually, I am off on the series. I did... Wait a second. Did I go through the pattern twice more? What did I do? I must have. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I might just go do the pattern a little bit higher on the other side. I did it 2 more times on this side than I did on the other. So or is it too much and I should just leave it? I'm trying to think. Do I want to put more repeats on? Or do I just want to take them off on this other side? Let me see. Where's my ruler? Not right there where it's supposed to be. Pardon the reach. I gotta grab my ruler. So over the holiday weekend, Stephen and I have no plans as it is right now. So the goal is to get in here, tackle this, and have it completely done before we come back from the holiday break. Why is this not lining up? Did I make a mistake, or is it just the way the wire is sitting down at the center? I think that's all it is. There we go. Now let's see if I can lay it out and check the pattern. There we go. Okay, we are okay. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's fine. Do I do chain up around the back? I think I might. I'm trying to decide. Let's measure this. So if we stop right here, we are at 12 inches. If we do one more repeat, we're just at 15. If we do the 2, we are at not quite 18 inches long, so I'll have to do chain either way. Just how much chain? What do you guys think? I can't decide if I want to just keep this short and do the chain up around the back. I think I will, at a minimum, do one more repeat on this other side. So it will end with the double agate portion of it. But yes, I would show the chain. Okay. Let me grab that real quick. Whether you're looking in the wrong spot. It's this stainless steel chain. It's like a thick curb chain. So it would just be up along the back of the neck. So I'm wondering do I want some of the chain to show or do I not? I believe I also have one other that we could use. See if it's down here. I do have a large I do have this also. It's a very like long paper clip chain. If we wanted to stay more silver rather than go into the stainless steel, I do have this. So I have those two. Okay, everything I have in that drawer. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything in here. No, that's full thing. Yeah, that's all I have right here. What do you guys think? The paper clip or the other? I could do leather at the end, yes. Where's the project we worked on? Oh, that's a cord, not black leather, Heather. I just pulled on a thing and unplugged something. Hopefully it was nothing to do with the stream. Let me see. I know that I was out of like black leather, but then I found a piece that we used part of quite recently. And yeah, I don't know what happened. You can do the black tubing all the way up the back, including that the rest of the one that we did. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I do have, oh wait, there's more right there. I think. Oh, that's leather that I would not ever use for a man's jewelry. Here. Okay. We have two options. Wait, nope, we might have more than two options. So let me see here. Where are we at? Alrighty, sorry, I know I just hit the camera. I apologize. Okay, so I have some 1.5 inch, and then I have some 3 inch. This is something that I believe Rosanna likes when it's matte, is this. The shiny leather doesn't knot as easily, so it's kind of a pain. I do have this dark gray leather as well. I I don't know where my cord ends are right now, which I would need to do this with. So we just have to decide, do we want to do thicker leather? And I just need to find some cord ends so that I can finish it off and put a clasp. That would be the 3mm leather, which is a good size for this. You think the 3mm? So do I. Yeah, I like the 3mm as well. So I wouldn't be able to fully finish this piece because I need to find my cord ends. There's something that I don't use as often, so I don't know where they are at the moment. But okay, 3mm it is. We're gonna finish it up. I am going to, oh no, did I pull some of my pattern off? I think I did. Oh, Heather, Heather, Heather. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention and I pulled it off. But it's okay, because actually I don't think that I did. I think that we were going to take this off anyways and end it with the opposite way. But I do want to show you guys the easy crimps because I love them. They are a very great option for people with dexterity issues. They're easier to use than like a standard crimp. And I know this because I am somebody with dexterity issues, as you guys have seen many, many, many times. So, what the heck? That was an inclusion, not the whole. Okay, so I already counted everything out. Everything was correct. I will pick these up later. They're not cheap, as small as they are. Okay, so these are easy crimps. They're great for finishing up bracelets and necklaces as they have a loop in them. So you just put it on your cord end until you just see it pop up like that. You're going to pull it back down. It would help if I had pliers out because I'm going to need them. Okay. Much like the magical crimper, you don't have to squeeze these hard or anything. You want them to be secure, but and then you're just going to squeeze. And because this is for a guy, I am gonna put a little bit more. There you go. And then you just slide this down. The second one is always a little bit more tricky because you do obviously want, you don't want it to be too tight, but you've got to cut off the end. Otherwise, it's nearly impossible to get inside of these unless you have like some itty bitty teeny tiny thread scissors, which I do somewhere around here, just not in here at the moment. So I just have to, cross my fingers and toes and everything else. So we're not going to need very much. cutters. So I'm just going to put this on the end of my wire. Come on. Why are you being a pill? Of course it wants to be a pill on the harder side, right? There we go. Okay. It is on the wire. I want to make sure it's barely poking out of the top, which I'm okay with because then I know it's where it needs to be. Don't do that. There we go. Going to push down, make sure I'm not too like straight. And then I'm just going to squish. And if you need to, you can push the end of your pliers into your working table. Gonna squish it again. Okay. Then I will do, if I wasn't doing cord ends, this is very nice because you can use it as part of your clasp. You can hook a lobster clasp through it like that. Very easy. Or I'm going to be connecting cord ends in it, so I'll do it that way. But they are very nice. I will tell you that they are silver and gold plated, and they are like 62 cents a piece when you buy a larger price of them. On some of the listing on Amazon, they're more expensive. So yeah, I just didn't finish the size. Thank you. So I will finish this off with the leather. Once I find my cord ends, I like it. I like it a lot. I really do. Now I just have to decide how I want to do a necklace for him. I mean, a bracelet to go with this. I'm thinking I might just do this up front and then do these all the way along the back. And he prefers a stretch bracelet. That's just his preference. But he wants me to do the little trick where you make it look like it's an actual bracelet by doing the knot and then using a bead tip at the end. Bead tip, clamshell, calotte. There's so many names. Cordon. I'm trying to see which. Let's see if I even have those. Okay, let's see which stretch cord I have. That was a very yucky noise. Okay, I'm going to pull out a stretch. I don't need it anywhere near that bad. I am going to try to double it up, but I don't need quite that much. So make sure, yeah, my end that was in is like bent over and stuff. So we have that, and then we're going to stretch it because if you'd rather break at this point than at the end when you're all done. Okay, let's put this to the side. I need the rest of this strand over here. I might have to grab some silver cordons. I know I have gold ones right here. This would have looked, ooh, squirrel. If you're guys a gold person, look at that. Okay, I'll bring them up closer so you can actually see them. They just look like they're little wire bundles. So they have a larger hole, so you could also use them on leather, which would be nice. Oh, those are cool. Just saw those. Sorry about that. I was like, back to the bracelet. I am looking for silver bead tips. That's what I was doing. Let me see. I will be so happy when we actually finish in here, because the problem is that we start and then we get like distracted, we have plans, whatever. And so then we stop halfway, and then I don't know where anything is. I start going through stuff, find it, get all excited, pull a bunch of stuff up on my desk again. Then we have a sale, and I need to take everything off my desk. It's just like this crazy, vicious cycle that never seems to end. So, let me see. I don't think we had any in the sale. Mm-hmm. No, we did not. Darn it. Aw, where are they? Okay, it's just gonna be a traditional stretch bracelet because I can't find it. I will show you the way that I do a stretch bracelet again. Everyone does theirs differently. So here's the way that I like to do it. I'm gonna put a clip at the end of this stretch cord so nothing falls off. I'm going to clip it. I will find the cord ends and show you guys. Those of you who don't know what I was about to do, I'll show you how I do it. Where's the really skinny beading wire? Here it is. So I like to take like a 2 or 3 inch scrap. I was looking for this even though I had that other scrap because I want it to be thinner because it's going to be doubled over on itself, so it needs to be thinner just to make it easier to go through the beads. So this is basically going to become your needle. So this is one time where Beadalon's memory comes in handy because you wire memory, that's what I'm trying to say. Because you can come down to the end and kind of squish it and it won't want to spring back open as easily. Okay, so then you're going to thread this onto your cord, and then we just have to decide the pattern. So let's see. Do I want to do black along the back? Or either side of the wrist? Let's try that. And then we'll do the top. And go back to the back. I will end using my one of these because they have a larger hole. So that's where I'm going to hide my knot. So wherever I'm going to end, it's going to need to be this in my pattern. So just, I hope I didn't confuse people. But and this is nice stretch cords, but yeah. Yeah, those crimps are good. They're really easy. I like them a lot. Can you put a center stone with another S? Ooh. I would have to do it on something other than this, but you just made me think of something. Let me see here. Where did I put my silver wire when I was done using it yesterday? Because now I have an idea. Look what you did, Beth. You went and gave me an idea. What if, oh, this is 18 gauge wire. Oh, that'll be a little harder to fuss with, but it's okay. So what if we just took this, we bent it over like that, grab our nail making pliers. I'm going to make the loop on the smallest since it's just going to be sitting on the wire. Up, over, down, rotate, bring it to the back. I'm going to do this, my little hybrid loop. Cut off the end, and it will be very, you want to make sure you get this end tucked in real good so that it's not like poking out and going to mess with your memory wire, because this is my takeaway of Beth's idea right there. And I probably just cut too much wire, but it's okay. So I would need to have it pulled down like that. And then it would start this way. Just so I should be talking through this since you guys didn't get to see me do the focal part of it, but I'm just making the S if I need something to like hold on to it so I can put a little bit more of a curve into it than I can with my hands. Then I can kind of bring it in a little bit. But I have this facing the wrong way now. That's the only problem. And what I was thinking was at the start and end of the middle, if I have that bent the right way, I need to figure that out. But this is I could do that and then just make one for the other side of his wrist. And that could be where it hits here and here. I know you did used to be a silent lurker. Okay, what do you guys think of that? Because it'll just be an S, and then obviously I will make another loop off of it. We like? Do we like? Do we like? Do we like? It wouldn't exactly fit over a grouping of 3. It would have to be on a grouping of 2. And then it would just be like folded down, and then I would make my other loop and then line my loops up, obviously. Futz with it a little bit, and it would go over the top. Yes, does anybody like it? I know you guys are all working on your own projects, but I'm curious to hear what you think. Well, now you went and bent that, so it's not going to lay flat. Just over the top of some letters. Okay, Caroline and Beth like it. That's okay. Oh, okay, Beth. I didn't think about that. Mary, the S would sit up on top of 2 beads. So I would make another loop right here, and then it will sit on top of 2 beads. And then there will be a loop down, and it'll feed onto the stretch cord that way. And the S part will be where it hits like that, but it'll have 2 beads underneath it. So you'll be able to see what it is. But yes. I could do it as a focal as well. I didn't even think of that. All right, let me make this loop. I'm gonna have to play with it after the fact, of course. Because this is gonna have to bend, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this wire, this like loopy loop tight. Where did I just, who knows where I just did that? Just want to pull that tight, snip it off. Yes, I think I like it as a focal, Beth. No, because I'm making sure that where I cut is A, smooth, and B, it's going to sit up on top of the beads, so it won't be like bending back and forth. It'll just like the center where we have the wire with a bead on either side. so it kind of keeps it up off of our beading wire. It will essentially be doing that with the S. So, and I think this might have to be the front because that's kind of more the shape. Well, either side. Okay, so now I just have to figure out my pattern, and I'm going to do it on beading cord first so that I'm not pulling beads on and off, on and off, on and off, because obviously that can weaken your memory wires. So if we did this, I have to figure out where I'm going to put my other loop. I'm going to have to hold it down. I hope I didn't leave too much at the end. So we're going to have to go like this, turn, and then it will be more like that. We just have to make sure that we can get 2 beads. So it'll go like that. 1 black bead. Oh, I hope I didn't bend this too narrow that it will only fit 1 bead in between. I should have done that measurement before I chopped off my loop, but it's okay. Okay, so that's correct. I just need to kind of, I might have to do it again because I did not measure properly. Okay, but that's okay. Doesn't take very long. Here we go. A second time. Heather, that's not likely going to be long enough. I forgot I had to give myself loops, room for loops and all of that. Okay, we're going to start with a loop on this end. We will cut off the excess cord, and because I do this on the side, it's all rather than the front or back as it may be, it also makes it to where this isn't going to be on the beading wire in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so we're gonna need this to be in that direction in order to have it go on top of the wire, but it's gonna need to be high enough that it will fit down the side here. So we're gonna do the bend right here. At least I hope so. And we'll have to twist with wire the hook is so that it goes. Okay. Then I like to do them different ways depending on the day. Sometimes I like to do my like letters and whatnot like this, so it's more precise. But then sometimes I just like to go. So let me see here. We need to start the S here and go that way. Okay, so there's the first part of the S. We need to make sure that 2 beads can fit through it. So it needs to go. Wait, am I wrong? I have my loop facing the wrong. I need to make the S first and then worry about the loop after the fact, because the loop is what's screwing it up for me. So I need to do the loop afterwards. It's just not working. But yes, and yes, I am using 18 gauge wire. I could do a softer wire, but I want it to hold its form. And because it's going to be to hit right here, it's going to take a little bit of, it's going to bump up and do something like that. But yeah. Okay. So, like I was saying, you can make your letters using just your fingers, or you can also use your bell making pliers. So I use the third step there. So now I'm going to come down and I'm just going to use my fourth step to make the other side of the S. So I need to have, I think that gave me enough room for both beads. Yes. Though this one is a little bit further down than it needs to be. So I'm just going to kind of pull it out and reshape it. So now it sits on the beads like so, but it will be up on top. I just feel like I keep. Hold on, I'm going to. Everybody got your fingers on me that I don't mess up the top while I'm trying to straighten this. Okay. I did not mess it up. Okay. So, well, a little. Okay. Jump rings it is. Wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Let's see. Again, for those of you who don't like watching me struggle, you can always go and come back, fast forward to this part, and just share in the triumph. But yeah, I need to make the top of the S. Oh, I'm ridiculous. Hello. All I need to do is use the third for the top and then fold this around the back. How did I not realize that to begin with? I just need to make sure that still gives me enough space, which it does. And then I will just need to make a bend. Let me see here. I should kind of. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna have to bend this like right here to do my loop, and I might have to do a simple loop because of course I didn't do this in the center like I should have. I don't even know if I have enough room for a simple loop. I do not, but I will if I do this. Okay. In the center of the wire, Heather. Okay. So we're going to take this one around that way, and this one more up and around the third step of our bill making pliers. And then I don't want it to be too perfect. It is handmade, and the other part doesn't look on the necklace. I do need to like pull this up just ever so slightly. and make it so that this part of the S is not as perfect, so that we can get around both of our beads, which we can. Okay, then we need to fold this down. Cross and pray that I have enough to wrap it back around, because that's what I would prefer. I might have just enough. Well, that did not work. I need another pair of pliers. Trying to do this with just my fingers and it's not working. Okay, I had just enough wire to do it so that I can have the more secure point. But now I have to just figure out how I'm going to do this. Because if I'm on the beads like that, this needs to be pointed down, basically at the wrap, like so. Need to turn it like so. And luckily we can kind of mess with it a little bit. And luckily I have some metallic mark paint pens, so I can go in and touch this up. So it's, you don't see the copper right there, but that's good. Now I am going to string this on so that I can make sure that it's doing what I wanted to before I do the other loop. Okay, so no, that way. Okay, so I'm going to need this just more than that, and you need to stay on, sirs. I know I just used some cord ends. I just had them. Y'all saw it. I just used them when I was making the next. There's one. Okay, it's clear. That's why I couldn't see it. All right. So get back into place, beads. All righty then. So I just need to kind of make sure. Okay, so there's the top one. The back one might need to be opened up ever so slightly. And then I can go and form the S around. That was not what you wanted to do, Heather. Okay. Yeah, this part needs to be a little flatter instead of quite so round. I have the top S perfectly. The top of the S, good. Now I just need to bring this down and around the bead like that. And then I will bend the wire here. Yes, no, maybe so. I will obviously futz with it more once it's like stationary and I can do so. But what do we think? What do you think? Hi, Jenny. Yeah, I felt bad because I meant to do it each week. So that's why I was like, let's do another one. And both have reached out to me and we're working through it. So it'll be fun. I've given them the option of either watching any of my past sales if they want to and picking up to $40 worth of items, or they can tell me some of their favorite gemstones and colors, and I'll put together a little collection, show them, see if they like it, and go from there. So, okay, yes, like it. So, I am going to make this out a little bit further because I'm probably going to have to twist where it goes. I am going to take this off the wire right now, though, so that I don't have any interference when I do my loop, so that I can get it all the way around. One of my things I want to do, Jenny, is I want to see your I want to try your beaded veil. I was wondering if you could do it just maybe as a short and just show the veil, if you wouldn't mind, Jenny. What do you think? Hi, Dawn. I'm glad to see you. Okay, so we have this. That needs to go right there, and then I will cut it off at the side. And then we will figure out where the loop needs to go. For those of you that just popped in, I have to find my cord ends, but it's going to go leather. But I made this for my husband. When he was a teenager, his mom bought all of the boys a gold necklace with their letter initials on it, and he loved it. It got yanked off of him in a fight, and I haven't been able to find something that is similar to that. So that's why I'm doing it. There's one side, it's on the other side too. This is how he makes his S's. That's why it's a different shape than the other side, because I wanted to have one side be the way that he does it. That's how he does it for his signatures. So I was making another S to sit on top of two of these matte black onyx beads, for the center point of the design. And then I'll probably just copy the pattern of the necklace where it's black, dragon vein agate black, and then dragon vein agate black. Just swap those back and forth. It's something that I love to see. So it's a pattern that I'm fond of. I do it often. Oh, oops, Heather, no, you put this on. Okay, just figuring out where this loop needs to go, like what direction it needs to be in order for it to look right. And then I can string this on the stretch cord. Okay, so we have that. So we kind of just need to bend it straight down and then curve it slightly. So straight down and then kind of bend it that way. and we should be good. But let me make sure. And I can play, obviously, I can play with the shaping and stuff once it is strung. So that's the only thing. This needs to be bent more though. Man. Otherwise it's not going to line up on the cording. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't lining up the way that it should be. I'm trying. I didn't think about the fact that it was going to, that these two loops were going to need to kind of meet up and face each other in order for them to, nope, you had it right the first time. Then I can go and mess with the shaping a little bit, but being mindful of where those are. Cooper, no bark! Man, I am not a wire worker. Let's start off by saying that. I am not somebody, I do my best and I give myself challenges in order to like meet it, to get myself to be a little bit more of a, like, more confident in my skills. But yes, I need to see if I can get the instruction down to under 3 minutes, but still be clear. I'll review how long that section usually takes me. That would be wonderful. I would love that. Yes, you are on the road with going to visit family. I hope that you have a great time. I will be doing my second marathon video will be coming out shortly. So if you need to watch something to watch while you're on the road, I got you covered. If you didn't already watch the first one. Okay, so it's this loop that's not quite as round now. Okay, are those parallel now? I think they are. We're going to take a gander and see if I finally got it and we can string it on, or I'll show you a quick version of this bracelet without this at the center so that you can see what it looks like. Or you can see the way that I do my stretch bracelets, at least, like the knotting part and whatever. Okay, so it's just, the problem is that I have to keep those loops lined up, otherwise they don't fit around the bead. So I'm going to play with this some more. I will do a short when I get it figured out, but in the meantime, I'm going to do a simple stretch bracelet so that I can show you my method quickly. As I said, I like to use a thinner beading wire or a scrap of beading wire, and I use that as my needle. You always want to match up your ends. So I'm thinking that I want to have 3 of these on first. Wait, no. I want to do that. I thought I put it on. I thought I strung the bead on, but apparently I did not. Okay, so we're going to do this. Oh my goodness, please go in. Cooper. He's such a little shyster. Okay. Trying to think. So if I do this, okay, I have an idea. I know those are dangerous, but to have it be more simple when it's on the string, and yes, you absolutely could also put beading tubing if your holes were big enough. Mine are not, obviously, but no, that's not the way I want to do it. I want to do it that I do have some metal spacers that I could use. But I think to make the bracelet a little bit more calming, I'm going to, instead of doing where the black was the dominant one and then a dragon vein in between, instead I'm going to do 3 solid black instead. Doesn't need to exactly match the necklace, but it'll be a nod to it, so it's obvious that they are part, like they match the bracelet. I don't know what I'm saying, people. I'm kind of okay. Yes, I like this. If I hadn't used those easy crimps, I might have even gone back and redone the necklace like this because I really like the way it looks. But those easy crimps are almost $1 a piece, so we will not be altering that. Okay, this is what I want along the back for underneath the wrist like that. So I think I will do black again here, and then I will do some dragon vein agate with some spacers in between them just to give them a moment of their own. Let's see, because it is the focal bead. Come on, come on. I know I have some more masculine spacers right here. I love these. They're kind of spiky. They remind me of like the pattern reminds me of like the turtles, or not turtles, no, it is turtles, I think. But the spikiness of like Bowser, that's what they remind me of. Okay, so I'm going to do black, black, and then we will do the top, what I want to be the top portion of the bracelet. And I will do it using just the dragon vein across the top of the wrist. Then I'm going to put a Bowser spacer on. Actually, no. I'm going to start with the plain ball spacer. Then I'm going to put dragon vein on top. That's what I want to do with the Bowser spacers in between. So, yeah, I like that. Very simple yet still has a nod of what were you going to say, Heather? Masculine elegance to it as well. Okay, Quinny Pooh, baby, it's okay. I might not get everything done that I wanted to because she's over here digging at the carpet, but she's not panting. So, okay, is that enough, or do I need to put 2 more of the dragon vein agate on? I don't know. I think this might be okay for the top. And then I'll just do 3 more black, and we'll meet up with the silver spacer over here. Why did face on? Same thing. We'll meet up with the pattern over here perfectly. So yes, please be safe travels. Love all that. Oh, Rosanna, that's awesome. I'm glad because your barrettes are beautiful. So, and it will likely be a higher price value if you make it because it's gorgeous. Yes, we are just going to do 3 more of this, and then the silver. I'm going to measure this around the mandrel. Where is mine? This happens to me all the time. My husband comes in and he picks. It's going to make a yucky noise. I'm sorry. I hate the noise it makes. Can you pull these apart? That one wasn't as bad because it wasn't as stuck. Okay, so let's see here. So, no, this is not going to be long enough because it only comes to like 6 3/4. So I think the easy fix is to put 2 more on the top of the wrist, and then we'll put the black back on and we should be good. I like to keep things an odd number just because the human eye likes odd numbers. Wonder if they've ever figured out why that is. But I'm a curious person like that. I'm like, oh, really? And why? So if we're ever chatting and I answer a question you don't want to answer, that's perfectly okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. You can say it's gone beyond curious to more on the nosy side of things, which I don't ever want to be. I just love it. My daughter and I used to love going to the mall, and then we'd go to the food court, get our lunch, and we would sit there and make up stories about the other people in the food court or that walk by. We just make up silly little stories about them and our people watching. It's great. It was so much fun. Okay. Let's see where we're at now. Those 2 beads did the trick because I need 7 3/4, and that's exactly where it is once I put on the other silver spacer. So that worked out. Woo! And I am okay with the fix we had to do. I feel that it was more intentional, not like a must, I guess. Okay, so now that I'm done stringing my bracelet, I am going to stretch it again. You always want to stretch it again right before you knot it so that it's good. So then as I'm stretching, I'm also going to pull down, and I just stretched and lifted it up and they all slid down to the end. Now I have two pieces of stretch cord. Be careful because so that you don't let go of this because it will come undone. So I just string one of the ends. I don't know why is that. It's like spun in a circle or something. Okay, untangle. You're going to put one strand through, so then it's in the middle of the two strands. Then we are going to make sure that it stretches down to the other side right here. Come on, I don't want that last little loopy part. There we go. Then all I do is I tie a knot. Single the first time, pull it. Then the second time I go through twice. So I wind around once, wind around a second time, do twice. Then I fold the strands underneath each other, pull it up, and I do another surgeon's knot, which is just going through twice. And there we go. So while I'm holding this tight, I'm also going to pull the knot in the other direction to make sure that it's really there. Then I'm going to grab my GS Hypo. All of these are in my landing mug now. Oh, wait, I don't think my GS Hypo is actually. I didn't put it away the other day. Sorry. Very important when you go to put a touch of glue. Like even numbers. Oh, wow, that is cool. When you go to put glue on your brace, on your knot, you don't want to touch the metal part of this little nozzle. Well, then, this tube just keeps doing that, and I don't know why. You just want the glue to touch the knot. You don't want any of the metal touching. Go around to the other side, get some on me. And I like to use GS Hypo because it dries more gummy. So there's flexibility to it. Now, again, I'm going to stretch. Oh, please tell me I didn't just break that. I don't know how I didn't, but it doesn't look like I didn't. I'm going to tug on it a little more once this glue is dry and see if it did come undone or if it just, I must have touched the nozzle to the glue. That's what it does. That's why you don't want to touch the nozzle to the glue. I don't know why that happens with stretch cord when you attach the metal to it, but here would be the finished bracelet. I probably shouldn't put it on. There's glue. And there's the pattern around the back. And I like that. I like the solid black pattern even better. Yeah, GS Hypo does it. It's because you're not supposed to touch the thing, and I must have touched it, But yeah, I'm telling you, if those easy crimps weren't so expensive, I would restrand the bracelet just like this because I like it better. I might still do it. He's my hubby. He's worth the extra crimps. Because I really do like this. Just for reference, this is the way that I stranded his brace or his necklace. So now I'm just like going, and the focal is this. So I don't know. I'm going to sit here and think about it for a while before I make my decision. I will probably ask him his opinion about it. But I love it. This is for my hubby. I know that he will like it. He loves these beads. So Bernie got me some he got the very high quality stuff. He ordered it for me special because like Steve likes when it has the opalescence in it. Rather than when it's more cloudy, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Like this one is more cloudy, whereas these have like the red orange color in them and are just so nice. So I'm happy with it. We have been on for 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. I wanted to finish my bargain bead box marathon second video last night. Well, let me turn up so you can see who you're talking to last night so that I could post it and work on my Christmas boxes, but that didn't happen. So I'm going to do that right after this. And then I will be releasing videos after that of the working with the Christmas box from Randy. That's what I was trying to figure out. But yes. Yeah, I love the dragon vein. It's so pretty. But you get dragon vein that's dyed all the time. I have some teardrops in my stock right now that do it. And it looks pretty that you can dye it blue, you can dye it whatever. I have found that that's when it tends to get more cloudy. And so the stones on this bracelet and necklace are the way that they are found in nature. So it just looks, he likes the natural colors. So I know that he will really like that. Thanks for helping me through it. I am going to put leather around the back of the net per your guys' suggestion. So I'm going to do that. It'll be great. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you are traveling like Jenny is, please do so safely so that we can see you once you get home safely. And look forward to some videos from me going through it. I will likely be on Christmas Eve. I don't know about Christmas Day, only because we are trying to get this area completely done. I don't know. Maybe Rosanna and I will come on together for a shorter period on Christmas Day, or I'm on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I don't know. We'll have a chat about it after this. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.